What's up, everybody?
My name is Anthony Irvin.
You beat yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah, CB myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Jim Green.
Don't even need a hit of traffic light.
Okay, good.
Welcome to
One set.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the One Set Podcast. The boys are back, and this week we are starting something that we thought we were going to do on Patreon, but we're going to do it for the whole public for right now, and maybe we'll do a little bit of the thing on Patreon later on. So we're going to do a little bit of a watch along the next couple of weeks of another watch along series. So if you watched our second episode, the last of the second episode, we were talking about watching the Mr. McMahon Netflix doc. So we're going to start watching that. So tonight we're going to be watching episode 1. Now, for anybody who's already watched, this whole series is already out. So if you've already watched it, cool. Me and Jim have yet to watch any of this. So we're going to be watching this in, our own time of watching this right now and reacting to it. And, we'll probably most likely have, depending how this goes in the next couple of weeks, we might do the final episode and have, maybe a little watch along party for the last episode if anybody wants to watch along with us in real time. But for now, these episodes will obviously be our weekly episodes up until a certain point. So we are going to be starting tonight with episode 1 entitled Junior for the Mr. McMahon doc series. So for anybody who's watching for the first time, my name is Anthony Irvin, and I'm here with my best friend and co-host, Jim Green. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I just wanted to say, one, I'm obviously excited for this. We are recording. It's right now, Tuesday, October 1st.
Officially October.
Wake us up when September ends.
Right.
September is gone. And
I felt like it really dragged this year. I don't know why. I mean, I felt the whole year was pretty quick, but September felt so long to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think, you had like a couple of vacations early on.
Yeah.
And then, I think that it feeling like summer still those first couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then the weather changing over, it definitely felt like a longer kind of month.
Yeah, we haven't really got, we've had some decent fall weather so far, but we haven't really hit the winter cold weather yet. I'm thinking obviously this month we probably might be getting a little bit of that. Usually in October we start feeling the winter cold start creeping up on us. But
yeah, just a heads up for context for anyone that doesn't know of the area that we live in the US. The forecast here for today, Tuesday, is a high of 68 and a low of 60, which is like one of the cooler days that we've had. So,
and that's a actually really nice temperature to be in.
Yeah, because you'll be able to step outside and not feel heat. We're gonna get lots of heat coming up. Yeah.
And you don't need a sweatshirt, but it would be nice to have one. But I usually don't get into sweatshirts until it's maybe
50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're just like, okay, now the cold is a little annoying. But if it's cold, like a little bit of a cool breeze, it feels good without a sweatshirt. But once it gets like the lower 60s into the 50s, you're like, yeah, okay, I might need a little bit of sweatshirt.
It's going to be cloudy tomorrow, no sun. So you're not going to feel any of the warmth from the sun. If you walk outside in shorts and a t-shirt, you're going to feel like cooler air. If you go out with jeans and a crew neck on, you're going to be a little toasty still. But I am looking forward to just stepping out in the morning and being like, this feels refreshing. Let's go. Don't mind us, everybody. Just old guys here talking about the weather.
Old dudes. Yeah.
Old dudes. But yeah, I think I think October is going to move way quicker than September did, just being honest with you.
I think so too. I mean, we got Halloween. I'm stoked for all the Halloween stuff. And Grayson already have their costumes, so we tried them
Which
on.
lands on a Thursday.
Yeah, so I'm stoked. I think this is gonna be a fun year for both of them.
Yeah. Well,
Grayson's first year for Halloween.
Grayson's first, and
of course
it'll be Lil Tone's first year having little brother along the way. So
yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, man.
I had one more thing to say, and it's relevant to the doc itself.
Go for it.
I was teaching last Wednesday night, and one of my bosses for the Beat Addict company that I work for, he knows that I'm like a pretty big WWE fan, and he asked if I had seen any of the Vince doc series yet, and I was like, I think it just came out today. And he was like, I didn't know, it literally just dropped this morning. I happened to catch the first couple of episodes, and he's like, I'm just really curious to get your take on the whole situation. I was like, well, without seeing it, I am thrilled that Triple H has taken over at this point. I do think Vince fell out of touch with everything.
Yeah.
Didn't even get into like the scandals and all of that stuff. I was just like, I think Vince's time was just over years ago. And I was like, I'm very much a happy WWE fan right now, knowing that Triple H is running the company.
Yeah.
Not the whole company. He's in charge of the creative product that we see on TV
on the weekly basis.
On the weekly basis. And, it is a much more enjoyable situation. And again, it's not, we're not going out of our way to watch wrestling TV all of the time. But like 9 times out of 10, if I sit down and I'm like, all right, I'm going to throw it on, there is a cohesiveness and reasons why things are happening.
Yeah.
That makes it feel like, okay, they put thought into making this an organized presentation. And I'm like, okay, there are things happening in the second hour that were like, there were seeds planted in the first hour, and you're watching them unfold throughout the rest. Like that being the way that Triple H is running the show top to bottom, Vince stopped caring. And I think that we just got, we were so ready for it to not be Vince running it anymore, but we were such loyal fans that we were like, well,
we're going to keep on watching no matter what.
We're going to keep on watching. And it was like the biggest common interest thing that Anthony and I had. I mean, obviously we both like sports, but I wasn't into sports like I am now when I was a kid. Like that wasn't something that Anthony and I really, chatted about like growing up.
Yeah, that wasn't one of the things that we bonded on as we grew up. I mean, other than wrestling itself, but being like sports fans as a whole wasn't the thing that we bonded over, but we bonded mainly over wrestling in general.
Yeah, and I'd say skateboarding. I know you rollerbladed, but
I did a little bit of skateboarding, but it kind of went back and forth between rollerblading and skateboarding, depending on which one I wasn't getting hurt from.
Yeah. Well, any rate,
right, especially with the Hunter thing. I mean, not everybody's gonna like everything about every situation. There's people that like what Hunter's doing. There's people that don't really feel Hunter's doing that great of a job. Everybody's going to have their opinions on it, but I have to agree that, you know, the product is definitely more watchable. It feels like I'm not trying to like skate by getting through 3 hours of Raw and then just seeing a main event that's like, okay, we saw this main event last week and then we're seeing it again this week. It's probably going to be again the following week. Like, we're getting new things every week and new main events and this and that. Like, you're not seeing the same main events and same dialogues every week. You know, you're getting you know, functionable things that keep you want to watch. And now that we see that that Raw is being put back to 2 hours, it's going to be interesting how, now that they have cut off an hour, how they're going to fit or what they're going to do with 2 hours. Because I feel it'll be, especially how NXT was ran with Hunter, he was able to get so much good content within that 2 hours. So I feel he's already used to running a 2-hour show from being in NXT. So he already knows what he needs to do, and you're just going to trim that much more fat off a lot of things to get to more points a lot faster, because you now have one less hour to work with. So you're going to be getting to storylines quicker and getting through certain things a lot quicker.
Well, Hunter figured out a model to make something that is relevant on TV this week not need to be on TV again the next week.
Yes.
And revisit it in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
He just found ways to say, okay, if we have 30 different programs, we can't fit all 30 programs into 2 hours. We can fit 15 or 20 and then rotate 10 of them in and out every 2 to 3 weeks. And if they have a segment that takes up priority time this week, all they have to do is take 2 or 3 minutes to recap it the following weekend and say, okay, well, we're going to see fallout from that next week anyway, onto this next thing. Like he figured
knows
out
the
that
current
model.
product, and he knows what I think the modern audience wants to, see, and he just adapts that. So I mean, he's definitely got a good creative mind with what he wants the product to look like and what the fans are, wanting out of it. So it's definitely a night and day difference between Hunter and Vince. And I'm ready to see what this documentary is all about. It looks like from the description, it looks like it might just be a little bit of like upbringing from Vince, taking over the company from his dad and running through the circuit, going into the mainstream of the sports entertainment, from what it's saying. So we might be just getting our intro into Vince's early life, into him starting the company up. So have you ever wanted to start your podcast but didn't know where to start? The One Set Bros are here to talk to you about Zencastr. Zencastr is the ultimate base podcasting solution and now the all-in-one podcasting platform, making podcasting easy. They've sure made it easy for us to be able to record our podcast and our episodes every week for you guys. Once you've set up your account, you're simply one click away from recording a high-quality podcast with studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. My personal favorite feature is their multi-layered backups, which ensure our recordings are always in the highest quality, even during unstable web connections. And if you thought you needed multiple tools and services for your podcast, Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform allows you to create your podcast all in one place and distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code OneSetPod, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experience as we do with all our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story. Yeah, guys. So we are, again, watching this on Netflix. So if you have a Netflix account, feel free to boot that up. And we are at the 0 mark here on the first episode. So just like any other watch along, we do a 3, 2, 1, and on go, you hit the play button.
Yeah,
so
here it looks like there could be ads throughout. So we'll do the countdown again if that's the case.
Yeah, all if we need to. So, all right. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Go-gum.
Da-dong.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah. I forgot that they started. Oh, Linda. Hi.
Linda.
Linda.
Wow. Yeah, everybody's
Man,
in this. Jeez.
Trish on here, that's not going to be good.
Mm. Hmm. Ah.
That was WrestleMania.
Of course.
That was Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
Just got to take a poop.
Anonymous.
It was me, Austin. It was me,
Me
all
all-
along. So how long before we get the Diddy documentary?
Right? Like, well, kind of like how the Bray Wyatt thing at the end, like that'll be at the end. Like,
Gee, I wonder why.
I wonder why. It's crazy how much he's aged over the years. Yeah.
It's so weird because he looked the same for so long, right?
Roided Vince. Fine.
Dude, his middle fingers are so abysmal,
Legendary.
dude. Like, yeah, because like
They should
they're
just put
just these,
that in like the.
they're just these little nubby nubs.
Yeah. His middle finger needs to go in the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Shoot, we totally talked about that when we watched the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, right?
Yeah. Mm. Guys on fire. That was a great match. Whoopsie.
Not Bret Hart boasting about himself again.
Right. Brett screwing Brett. Eh.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, just to think he was 39 years old in 1985.
Right.
please cue it.
Huh? Just like that? That's a big black guy right there. Mm. So Vince essentially changed the dynamic of what wrestling was prior to it then.
Well,
Interesting.
before his commentary, it was just two beefy guys slapping meats.
Yeah,
in a ring.
slapping thigh meats in a ring. And that's interesting. So, like, you never really thought of that, and Vince just thought, hey, let's make this like a story. Nobody ever thought of that prior.
Keep going. I'm still listening.
Mm.
Cherry tomatoes.
Mm. Yee. I'm gonna go in there.
Oof.
Mm. I couldn't even swim. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. There he is.
Mm.
That's funky.
There he is. Holy hell. Phew. Hmm. Sure.
Toodles. Bye.
Bye.
American made. How about that?
Uh,
Chad Gable.
yeah.
Wait. Iron Sheik used to just curse out Hulk Hogan on Twitter.
Right. Yeah.
He died a little over a year ago. I forgot about that.
I was gonna say, I think it was definitely recently, within the last year or two.
Yeah, June 7th, 2023.
You're a liar.
You a liar.
Goo. Mm. Say the Sheik. The Sheik. Mm. 100%. Bah, bah, bah. Yeah.
When clothesline was actually with clothes.
The irony.
The irony, Shiki.
Mm. Rocky John. Me?
Mommy.
Daddy?
Dad.
Dad? I don't think he liked him. Like touchy subject. Like, I don't think he liked him at all.
No chance. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Still.
Yep.
Still. You stupid idiot!
You stupid idiot!
Oh, brother.
Brother. What? Fat bag of wind. I didn't know he was an announcer in wrestling. I never knew that. Mr. T. I always think of that Cleveland one from Family Guy when he's being Mr. T and he's looking back.
Yeah. Oh, it's just so exciting.
I'm so excited. You're right. Hmm. Freaking Jesse Ventura. Is this entertaining anymore? Oh my god.
Okay, cut.
Okay, cut camera. Like,
Let me tell you something, brother.
You sleeping? Yeah, you sleeping.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Mm.
Oh my God. That's the guy from Law and Order.
Yeah.
Oh God.
1985.
We weren't even around yet. Christ.
Not even a thought. Mm. Mm. Hmm.
Nice
Interesting.
intro.
I like it.
Yeah. A good first episode for sure.
Yeah.
It, like, if it wasn't 2 a.m., I'd be like, okay, let's do the next one for sure.
Yeah.
We'll get it, though.
I agree. I think that's a very good first episode to, intro Vince. There was a couple of things I never really knew about Vince and his background. I never knew, like, he didn't know his dad until he was literally almost like a teenager.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
And I like the fact that, like, you got into his head about what he wanted wrestling to be. He just didn't want it to be two guys in a ring having a fight. He thought of the bigger picture of it being an entertainment brand with wrestling. And you got to kind of see his picture of what he thought. So it was really cool.
Yeah, and he was able to utilize the Iron Sheik, the foreigner, as the heel, and then make, Hulk Hogan the star that he was. He polarized the wrestling business. Without Vince doing that, without Hulk Hogan, wrestling would never be where it is today.
It wouldn't be the same. Yeah, definitely. So it's like one of those things, like, you have like things that pinpoint that if that didn't go right, who knows what wrestling would be like today. But guys, we are going to do episodes 2 and 3 next time, or at least 2, depending on what we get. And if you guys watched episode 1, let us know what you thought in the comments. And if you're watching along with us as it goes along, what are you looking forward to in the next episodes? I know I'm already looking forward to episode 2 and how things are going to continue to mold. So we're going to wrap our first little series up here. So thank you all for tuning in. You guys can check out the One Set Podcast on socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, right here on YouTube. Make sure you're following, hitting that button to be notified every Friday when we upload. And our social medias at One Set Pod. Hit us up on Gmail. And thank you guys for tuning in. Jimmy, got anything to say before we get out of here?
No, man. Thank you, everybody. Let us know what you think. I'm excited to see the rest of it unfold. And thank you so much for doing this with me. I know this came out last Wednesday, and I didn't want to wait this long to get into it, but this right now just made
perfect.
The most sense. Yeah. So thank you. All the love to you. All the love to everybody for watching along with us. This has been One Set.
Later.